The world's water and oceans are under threat, but we all have an infinite power within us to make change. The world's top endurance racers will face one of the world's toughest challenges to prove that power. The mythical stretch of the world's largest archipelago, Stockholm, Sweden. 30,000 islands, 250 kilometers, non-stop. This is the story behind the creation of One Water Race.
The idea to swim run the entire archipelago from Arholma Landsort has been around in the swim run community for a long time, but we started planning it when everything was cancelled last year.
I remember so well my reaction when Annika told me about the plans the guys had, that I was really like, wow, I'm so glad we're not doing anything like this.
Then after a while we said, well, maybe we should join them.
Heading up to Arholma on the boat, we knew that we had done what we could in terms of planning and getting maps ready, even though we knew that it wasn't as good as we would have wanted it to be. The distance felt challenging, but we were still convinced that we could do it, or that it could be done.
The plan for day one was to start out early at half an hour before sunrise. At 4:15, I think, we started.
The northern part of the archipelago, close to Arholma, and the first section down to Möja was the part of the route that we didn't have any experiences from, and we didn't know what to expect from that part.
It was very beautiful swimming and seeing the sun rise over the islands. It felt very good to finally be going. When we approached Möja, the end of day one, it felt quite good because we were pretty much exactly on schedule. So that made us a bit more confident that we had calculated the course in the correct way.
Yeah, I think we were almost ahead of schedule,
yeah,
so we could actually slow down a little bit and just enjoy the last part into Möja.
We arrived to the island where we got a shower and we got food, and it wasn't dark outside, and then it felt like, wow, this is possible. Then eventually we knew it's still 2 more days, and it got a lot tougher. Our Saturday night wasn't as fancy as we had the first night.
The weather changed, and we had thunderstorms and heavy rain, and it was windy, which made day 2 problematic in a lot of ways.
There's one island that's really hard to navigate. There were no maps of it in a relevant scale.
To be honest, worried because we didn't know how to navigate on these small islands, and we got back to the same position we had been before a couple of times, and that made me worried that we can't keep on doing this. We really have to know where we're going.
What we had planned to take about 45 minutes took about 2.5 hours. And we had to go into the water several times just to avoid obstacles on land.
I think this is the true essence of swim run. As we carry all gear, we can choose if we want to swim because it's easier, or if we are running on land.
At the end of day 2, that was the only time when I had some doubts if it was going to be possible. Because since we spent 3-4 hours more than we planned. We were a bit more tired, and we knew that we wouldn't have that much time to sleep, and it was still rainy and cold. Waking up day 3, I felt a lot better than I thought I would, and things actually started to fall into place and felt a little bit better.
Even though we did a lot of mistakes in the beginning, the spirit in the group was high, and it was all the time. That's something that never changed. We were cold and wet and tired, but everyone was still keeping up the spirit and helping each other. We knew from the start that we have to pace ourselves, because we knew that there was going to be an extreme swimming section.
That's 6.3 Ks. There was supposed to be a gale force wind, which means like 3-4 meters waves, and well, maybe it wouldn't have been possible to do it at that time. But when we finally got there, it would be a total weather change.
We just swam the Danziger Ghat. It's a normally very rough swim with 6.3 kilometers.
But the conditions were...
They were pretty much perfect, I think.
And where are we heading at the moment?
Now we're going to Järflot down the mainland and then out to the last island, Landsort.
Okay, and what about time? Approximate hours?
I guess it's like maybe 5 hours left.
5 hours left, okay. That
At the
means...
most, maybe 4.
What I remember the best of the whole Arholma Landsort is that not only the long distance, but it was also to be able for the whole group to work together. It was quite impressive how everyone was helping each other. And without that, I think we would not have been able to come to the finish line.
After 3 days and 42 hours, 90 islands and 203 kilometers running, 45 kilometers swimming, and an unparalleled human challenge, the group finally reached the finishing line, Landsort.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well made.
We made it.
Finally.
There are many different kind of extreme races, but this is so special. It's the water, it's the long swimming distances, all the islands, different terrain.
And it's also you can choose where to go because you have so many islands to choose between. So it is, I mean, you have to know how to navigate in the best way. If you are stronger now in swimming, maybe you should choose more swimming parts. Or if you're a better runner, you should choose more running parts. So this is another dimension to this competition.
I don't think there's any race combining swimming and running in that harsh environment that the archipelago offers out there.
Arholma Landsort will probably be the toughest race in the world. It will be an epic race.
Open sea, currents, wind, cliffs, mountains and deep forest, day and night, light and darkness, an endless physical and mental degradation breakdown. Do you have what it takes to save our world waters?